So, there's this YouTuber named Noah Samsen who used to cover drama content about a year ago, but has now changed his direction towards reporting on Israel and Palestine. Which, that's fine. He's switching over to something he's more passionate about, but there's just one problem with that. It's his personality. Noah is an extremely obnoxious individual, and for some reason tries super hard to be unlikable. Noah can pretend that doesn't matter, or he doesn't care if people like him, but if you're trying to get viewers to join your cause, then it's actually very important that you don't act like an insufferable dick. In Noah's most recent attempt to defeat the government of Israel, he has created a Twitter account where he can bicker and argue with people online all day long. But what specifically has me talking about Noah today? Well, here we have an 18-year-old Israeli refusing to enlist in the IDF and risk going to prison since Israel has mandatory military service.
Today I'm going to refuse to enlist to the IDF because the IDF is committing genocide in Gaza and I must oppose these horrible crimes. I'm going to be in prison for some time because of my refusal, but I'm absolutely certain that this is the right thing to do.
You would think Noah would be supportive of this, considering refusing service comes at a hefty personal cost and helps supports the cause he's pushing, but for whatever reason, instead, Noah decides to mock this individual who is choosing prison over service and paint a picture that it's all performative. We must applaud the immense bravery of these Israelis that are saying no to baby killing. All 12 of them. I'm Israeli and this is my #resistance. Noah decided to spin this story of an Israeli guy refusing mandatory service to stand up for what he believes in into, well, Palestinians have it worse. Stop making this all about you. And yes, like everyone else, I do see the very thick irony of Noah Samsen, of all people, saying, stop making this genocide all about you. I mean, what is the point of dunking on someone who's helping the same cause you're a part of, and actually showing genuine care by risking 2 years of prison? Guys, let's remember, Palestinians have it worse. Wow, what a genius take. You're so fucking smart, Noah. That definitely needed to be said. And I'm glad you reminded me that genocide was happening from a video that's about protesting said genocide. A crazy concept, Noah, but as someone like yourself who is all about resisting Israel, you can praise this kid's sacrifice to stand up for what he believes in and still agree people are suffering within Gaza. There's no reason to compare the two, and there's essentially no reason to spin this into something negative, especially if you're all about helping Palestinians. I mean, what? Is this kid not doing enough in your eyes? Is this act not impressive for the great Noah Samsen? Yeah, let the privileged American tell you how to fight the good fight from his keyboard. This just comes across as, that's not how you protest. Where are your tweets and Hassan stream collaborations?
But Diesel, maybe Noah's just trying to point out there's not enough Israelis standing up.
Even if that was just the case, instead of continuing to criticize the Israeli government or do another humanitarian aid stream, Noah instead takes the time to shit on one of the few people who's willing to help. Yeah, that's very appealing. I'm so surprised people are still turned off by this guy. I remember watching Noah's The Genocide Supporting YouTubers Responded video where he edited out a clip of himself claiming that protesting isn't enough and if we want the genocide to stop, we should escalate.
People living in the West have the most power over anyone else in the world to stop the genocide. We are living in the belly of the beast. We have direct geographical, physical access to the politicians, the propagandists, the weapons companies, and the supply chains that are facilitating this genocide. Protesting is great. We should keep doing that. But also, I feel like we have to be honest with ourselves. 17 months in, and what is protesting actually accomplished? Raising awareness, sure. Divestment, yeah, in some places. But really, politically, materially, nothing. Israel just killed the most children in its history in a single night with total impunity, with a deafening silence among the Western media. If we want this genocide to stop, it's time to escalate. That's all I'm saying.
There's also Noah making it abundantly clear he's not willing to risk a prison sentence for refusing to fund the Israeli government through American taxes. If you can't even commit on what your answer should be on how to combat Israel or even just replicate the same sacrifice as the person you're mocking, then I don't want to hear shit from you downplaying someone who's actually willing to put a lot on the line for other people. You know what I think? I think Noah got a little jealous of someone else getting attention for standing up against Israel, so he had to downplay the act of being imprisoned for 2 years, something he's too scared to even do himself. It's not like this Israeli dude is trying to take the attention off of Palestinians by walking around bragging about how many years he'll be serving.
I did 20 fucking years.
The 18-year-old said he doesn't support what Israel is doing and is willing to stand up against the government by refusing mandatory military service and risk being imprisoned. So, what's the lesson, the moral of the story? Well, if you're called upon for mandatory service from a government you believe is committing genocide, refusing that order just isn't enough, because a pretentious American douche will make fun of you.